All right, welcome back, everyone. Episode 31. So, looking down below, coming back from episode 30 was the San Pedro special, and just north of that is Malibu. But, see around here, kind of get that feeling like it's Southern California. Definitely reminds me of Malibu in many ways. Perhaps a little bit more flat though here. So where could we be? A little bit of an express market here. Let's take perhaps a look on the street. Looks very European. Southern European at that. Essentially located, I would say, probably more a little bit east towards Turkey. But if you know your languages, you would probably tell that we are somewhere. Oh, Hellenic Post. Very Greek indeed. I think there was the Hellenic Wars. But I'm not quite sure who the Greeks were fighting then. I should know that. It's a big one. But nonetheless, let's go down the street view, check things out. So this is where we just were. Nice alley there. Creep it along here. So that's north. Heading south, which I believe is, in this case, towards the ocean, right? Looks like some fine produce there to pick over. Kind of interesting how they utilize so much out in the street for the shelf space, but it's also nice advertising for sale, huh? I'll buy it. Nice people out enjoying their day. You know what is really nice is just seeing someone out on their patio with their plants and their flowers, looking around and enjoying, other people enjoying their days. So, but I'm really liking enjoying these little alleyways and just the details to the plants. Love the red flowers. So what are we here in August? So it's gotta be just prime time. Really hot too. Curious what that sign would say up ahead. More people out and about enjoying their days. And talking about the heat, it probably explains why so many of the buildings are lighter colored. Oh, check that out. Looks like maybe a couple centuries worth of work right there. Looks like they're remodeling it, so it's interesting. This rock here kind of reminds me of coral, something they use along the shore's edge. Plenty of building blocks, I'm sure. Love the keystone there, little shelves. That's great. Huh, you get a little telephone. You can almost reach out and touch someone. Yeah, I could actually overhear a couple conversations. That'd be a funny phone to call, actually. If you're gonna prank anybody, well, yeah. Interesting that they get the AC units as they do outside. This one looks like it's not really against the wall, so it's hard to tell if it's even, sending cool air inside. I don't know. I'm used to seeing them in windows, but they're like above. Huh. See these ones too. But again, love the little gardens, flowers. Great place to hang up your laundry and spend the morning. Drink your coffee. But, this definitely reminds me of, like, Just the vibrant light reminds me of a lot of California. And I'm not sure if I said this before, but they call it a Mediterranean climate. And for it to be in California is actually pretty darn rare. Looks like we got some banana trees up here. Usually tell by these long, pretty thick looking leaves. It's interesting how they have these like slices in them. They're so huge and they gotta bend over somehow, and I guess slices make that happen. Oh, cool fountain. Got some old cannons in there. I'm gonna duck out of here and see if can kind of see what this square is. Perhaps a lot of hotels. Makes it seem like a very touristy area. Curious as to why. I mean, well, you know, meat and potatoes. Seems like that's always a first image, right? But that's that looks really good. Very hearty. Got a lime down there. Oh, a raft of meat and potatoes. Pocket meat and potatoes. Nice. A little zucchini. Huh. Looks like a interesting dessert. Looks like it's in a bowl there. Some kind of pie or something, maybe. But it doesn't look like dessert actually. Not sure what that is. Looks delicious though. Okay, so it looks like this has got some interesting historical value. Methoni Castle. Wow. Wonder how old this is. Check that out. Whew. It's probably bad to have the plants growing inside of it, just eroding it, but it does make it look extra majestic. Beautiful boats hanging out, waiting for their chance at sea. This fort is actually pretty darn huge. It's like separate buildings and whatnot. Wow. So, you know, we were heading south, and to see this point is pretty interesting. You got this like jetty protruding out, and then you got these different layers here. So it always made me think, you know, it's like if you're invading this, why would you? And you're certainly not going to attack that, right? So I don't think, anyways. I don't know how strategic it is, but it sure is a good lookout, I'm sure. But it's always kind of interesting the top, how they're bowl shaped, you know, round dome. Wow, that's an old one. The sea is having its way. Oh, so that's a great view from the distance. So we were up on the right, coming down towards the fort, and then down towards the point you have the watchtower, that jetty. Some actually good waves here. Some good lefts, some surf. For all you surfers out there. Cool boat. Looks like it's seen better days. It's got a little hole in the bottom there, looking a little sad. But something very cartoony. Wow, look at that. Interesting back door. The old boat and the new boat. Okay, so this looks like this is on the, we were coming down, so this is looking over the west side of the fort. Just building blocks everywhere, right? So that's looking south from the town. A lot of vegetation, interesting buildings. Looks like a little church in the center there. And then down towards the point. Beautiful mountains in the distance. So yeah, put that in perspective. Looks like that must be the church, right? Oh, nope. Okay. So this is a church. And off to the left, you can see the like building blocks. The boats here hiding behind the jetty. And so we have the fortress. See if we can see some photos inside. Can we actually get a... Okay, sorta. It's open for a street view, but this is pretty good. That is peculiar. Looks like a goblin or something in there. Huh. Like a fireplace? No. Weird doorways, huh? Got some old wood in there, reinforcing. And then, okay, so that explains why it's that dome shape. Surprising that, you know, they could build it as they do, but it must be built layer after layer after layer. Just, they must remove sections as they build up or something like that. So it's a Venetian fortress, which is Italian, but I think is more prominent towards the south on, I want to say it's Arakelos Island, which is southwest of the island of Rhodes. Might be Rhode Island. I always thought having a castle like this in an area like this would be just hard because of the erosion factor. We're not quite north like it'd be as tough as England, or you know, but whew, the rains have got to make this tricky, right? Especially here being along the ocean. So that's really neat to see. Looks like over here is where that one photo was, where the waves come in. Interesting reefs. That's what this cafe's got. Oh, nice salad taken by a participant. Great bar. Kind of tiki-like. Interesting stools in the distance there. Alright. So there's that reef. Nice palms. It's cool how the waves are kind of crisscrossing. Love the... I think those are olive trees. There's a couple of them splitting the pathway. And pretty nice. Pretty nice area. So, okay. As we do in these shows, I would like to take a step out and see a little bit further where we're at. Wow. Some big islands. Looks like this was, you know, pretty strategic point to alert the town, you know, of what's happening. I'm going to see a little bit more out in the country. Here we go. Curious how hilly it is or flat. Yeah, that reminds me, this reminds me so much of like driving along the 15 through San Diego. Watch, I'll do an episode someday of like Escondido or Ramona, and we will be like right here. Very similar. Cool buildings. Not sure what's going on here. Probably chicken coops, I guess. Maybe rabbits. Maybe honey. Pretty neat though. It's cool to see the horizon line. See the mountains in the distance there. So what is that? That's north. So yeah, that was looking south. Past this bay, I guess. The mountains are all... Wow, so the mountains are on this island. Woo! Very interesting. This looks like a strategic paradise. Wow, looks like some wild rams. Wow, look at that water. So it looks like that's heading back, or kind of viewing from out this way. Back towards Methoni. So this is a really nice town. I'm really liking what I see here. Ooh. Wow. It's delicious. So I got some shrimp, got some fish. Good seafood spot. Looks like crab cakes there. And interesting, I don't know if that's like a pasta, like a lasagna dish wrapped up in aluminum foil. It's a huge slab of meat. It's probably lamb. Classic meat and potatoes. Olive oil. Nice. Trying to see if it's actually from this town. Yeah, I don't know. It's huge fish there. That's nice. Nice to see. Looks like there's a good slope of the land and up towards here. Maybe a water treatment plant? Sends water down to the towns? I don't know. Got your gas station there. Okay, so this has been a fun episode. A quick one. Checking out Methoni, historical area here in Athens. Athens. What am I saying? It's in Greece. It's near Athens, right? Nope, not quite. Not quite at all. I was figuring we're a little bit closer, but I had zoomed into this one so fast. So, it seems like an interesting strategic point if you're heading around Greece. And cool town, you know. Be interesting to know a little bit more about the culture. I was kind of expecting more museums, but I guess the whole, you know, region is a museum in itself. So, well, as always, folks, have a good one. We'll see you. Thanks. Bye-bye.